Yeah, I think I've never regretted the decision to join the army. You know, I've always knew it was a commitment. If I had my time again, I'd probably join younger, but then it'd be a different experience for me. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people do, but I didn't. So I had to sort of make it work with my family and make it work with my life outside. I know the wife and kids are proud of me, and for us, it's become a part of our life. You know, that's what Dad does, and it all seems to work together. I joined the army in 2007, and it was a busy time in our lives. Like I remember that within the space of a year at that time, we'd gotten married. My wife was pregnant, and we bought a house, and then I joined the army. I had worked in construction and in the past and with my dad, so I ended up becoming a sapper. Yeah, I'm an engineer, combat engineer in the Army Reserve, and I'm with the construction unit as a stonemason. You know, when I worked with my dad, I became a stonemason, so I do stonemasonry by trade, and then opportunities have opened up for me to actually use that in the army, which is kind of interesting, and different kind of stonework to what I was doing with my dad. So I worked on different monuments, and we've carved stone steps at National Park, and then I'm working on another monument at the moment. But for me, especially also joining when I had a family young, I wanted to, it couldn't just be about me, you know, so I had to also just be able to make my family part of it somehow. So whenever I had the chance and I've learned a certain skill set which I could use with a family, I've tried to integrate it into what I do with my family as well.
The kids are all rugged up.
When Diego joined the army at the beginning, when he had to go away for 6 weeks to Kapuka, we just had our second son. So I learnt to become a mother on my own very quickly, which was good. And then we all got to see him graduate and parade at Wagga Wagga. So we all went up to see him, my in-laws, me, and we were all so proud of him. And then straight away he started doing a course. The first course he did was a chainsawing course. We had a tree in the back, tree was gone because of the chainsaw course. Then he did the four-wheel driving course. A month later, we had a Land Rover Defender. Then he did a boating course. Maybe 6 months later, we had a boat. Thank the Lord he didn't do a tank course, because we might have a tank right now. But all of these experiences and all the courses and everything he's learnt, he's passed on to us. All our 3 kids know things that other kids wouldn't know. They're very proud of him, especially when he speaks to the school. For Anzac Day, he's always asked by the school to come either have a talk at assembly.
For me, some of the highlights of being in the army have been things like adventure training, where the army took us caving and abseiling and really pushing your limits and seeing how far you can go. Training with the regular army has been a lot of fun, and also just generally the training. I've been involved around different parts of Australia, but things like when I was involved in pre-deployment training, we did underwater escape training. So we were like in a helicopter casing which got flipped around and then got dunked in the water. We had to learn to escape from that. General fitness, maintaining yourself. It's quite diverse equipment you learn to work around, and to feel yourself becoming confident with these things is a good feeling, yeah, because there's things you wouldn't normally get to experience, but become confident, you use them, and if you're lucky, you get to use these things in your everyday life as well. So it's been a lot of fun.
And now next year is a big team building experience where we're going around Australia. I'm going to quit my job. Kids are going to do a long distance education, and we're going to go around Australia. And it's all because of Diego's army experience that we're all taking this educated risk, and we're going to go around Australia in a camper van.
For me, I serve for 2 main reasons. The first one was basically to gain new experiences. It was a chance to broaden my horizons, to learn new things which I wouldn't do normally, and then somehow to make that part of my life. And secondly, and most importantly for me, I've always felt that I wanted to give something back. Our story is that our family came to Australia like in '79, and I was about maybe 3 or 4 years old, quite young. Grew up around Bondi there in Sydney. We've had opportunities, and I think my family has made the most of them. So I always felt that I wanted to give something back. I don't think you can just take without giving something back. So when I've had a chance to give something back to the community, I've really enjoyed that. You form a connection with the past, and with what I'm doing now in the present, and it feels strong, and I feel part of Australia. You know what I mean? For me, identity has been important, and it's important and being in the army, putting on the uniform, and training has made me feel part of our traditions here in Australia, in a strong way.